with all of the archival footage that the NFL has, why haven't they gone back to count the number of sacks that Deacon Jones and some of these other defensive players had? Because if sacks are so important, we keep track of other stats, but when it comes to sacks, I'd like to know how many sacks some of these guys got. Deacon Jones, when he played for the Fearsome Foursome, said, I'd have 30 sacks in a season. But we don't count that. I don't think we're being fair to some of these players. If we have the footage, the NFL Films has more archival footage than all the other leagues combined, it feels like. They have everything. Can't somebody go back and log? I had somebody go back and log Pete Maravich's shot charts at LSU to see how many he would have averaged with the college three-point shot. Now, if I'm capable of getting that done, somebody went and looked at the shot charts for Maravich, he would have averaged 55 a game. Now, those are just the shots he's taking. He would have been even better because he would have used that three-point shot, that weapon, more. But he would have averaged 55 in a season, believe it or not. Why can't we go back and count up the number of sacks that Deacon Jones or some of these other great players of yesteryear had? Yeah, McLovin.
Is part of it because a sack is an official ruling, and sometimes there's a question about who actually got it when it's a group tackle?
Well,
but tackles are completely arbitrary.
But why can't I have the same people judge what is a sack now and say that was a sack back then? That doesn't the footage tell you what is a sack and not a sack?
Yeah, it's not like tackles where there's 400 in a season. It's sacks. You should be able, it's pretty obvious.
But why haven't we tabulated that?
I'm sending a note to NFL Films. I know some people there. See if they can answer that. Because that seems so easy.
But how big would that... The NFL Network's always looking for programming. How about that during Super Bowl week or after the Super Bowl? That you're having this, we've unearthed this and, we're gonna tell you who is, where the sack leaders rank now. Where's Deacon Jones on the all-time sack list? Is he top 10? Top 15? And I don't know if there's a better pass rusher than Deacon Jones in NFL history. But it drives me crazy. It is a pet peeve that I have.
You brought this up like in 2004.
Paulie has heard this before. He's heard it a few times.
You've said this. And if one researcher at NFL Films wants to make a name for himself, you're going to make that guy famous.
But you could do a show around this. You could actually have a countdown. When we come back, the final 4 games of Deacon Jones' career, we'll see if he gets to whatever. I mean, you could have some fun, and plus you're actually telling the history of the NFL. And I think we're being unfair to... I know how many yards Jim Brown ran for. I know how many touchdown passes Joe Namath threw for. Why don't I know how many sacks Deacon Jones had?
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.